Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jared Carr. I'm the head of customer strategy over here at QualSights, and I'm really glad you can join us today. I'm going to show you guys what we've been up to for quite some time in the qualitative research space, and really what that is helping brands reveal what those defining moments are about who they are and how they can shape their strategy and how they can really resonate with customers. No matter how big or small that moment is, we all know it's a bit tricky to find that. And being there in that moment and being able to identify it and socialize it quickly is really an art, and we're really proud of what we've built to help companies like you guys get there. So let's jump right in. What we know right now in qualitative, whether it's traditional or agile qual, there is always this trade-off that we're being forced to make between depth and context, right? Depth gives you that level of flexibility to go deep with somebody, that freedom to explore certain topics without limits of conversation, to really get to understand the depths of somebody and what drives them. On the other hand, there's the context, which is being able to be there in that moment as it happens. And for a long time, regardless of being online or offline, we've had to make that trade-off. And because of that, you end up missing those defining moments, because without both of those working hand in hand, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to find those micro moments that really lead to big breakthroughs for that brand's longevity and that brand's relationship with customers. But what we do at QualSights is we put you in the best position to be able to capture those moments. And what I mean by that is we give you that freedom of design where you can maximize your chances of being there in that moment, whether it's a moment live where you're in a conversation with them, or a recorded moment when they're in a store or cooking a meal at home. There's no limits to where this tech can go and who this tech can talk to and when this tech can engage with people. So having that freedom of design of anywhere, combined with the ability to mix and match different methodologies that help you actually be there in that moment. It could be a picture, it could be a video, it can be an audio recording, it could be a variety of things, a reaction to a stimuli. You shouldn't be limited by those things that will limit that vision that you have into being able to find those moments. And we're really proud of the fact that those activities and methodology types that we have do tend to work seamlessly together so that you can actually build yourself a program that maximizes the chances of you getting there. While those are going on, of course, there's no trade-off in that depth of exploration, because with any of these methodologies, there's no time limit. There's no limit on number. There's no limit on mixing and matching everything. There's no limit on live or recorded videos. So you can get as deep as you want and ask as many questions as you want, again, live or recorded. Any way that's going to help you capture that moment. We don't put limits around you so that you can be there and observe that when it actually happens. Now, of course, capturing that moment is only part of the battle, right? The other part of the battle is the job that we all do every day, which is being able to find that moment in that big database of insights, being able to identify it quickly, pull it out, and present it and socialize it so that other people can understand those defining moments and take action on it within the organization. We do that very well on the back end by adding a layer of AI to our analytics platform. And I'll show you what that looks like in a moment, because this slide certainly doesn't do it justice. But everything from transcriptions to videos to quantitative confidence and qualitative color to it, to automatic report building and video clipping, all of these things to really help you grab that moment quickly out of the platform, pull it out, and make some business decisions off of it. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in just in a moment. So when you click into our platform, This would be the platform that you would see as the analyst or as the client for us. When you come in, you'll see a lot of different ways that this is organized around the style of analysis and the type of objective that you want to find. I'm first going to go to the tab that has all of the videos. Now, this is just a demo project. Okay, this demo project has about 5 different activity types in there, and I'll show you what some of them are as a demonstration of being able to capture those moments and maximize your chances that you're there based on mixing and matching these methodologies and activities. So the first thing I'll do is I'll show you a pretty basic one. Let's find an introduction video from Taylor.
Okay, first, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and who else lives in your home. All right, so hi, my name is Taylor. I live at home with my parents. It's just the 3 of us. I just graduated from school, and because of coronavirus, I'm not moving anytime soon to my job, so I am just living at home for now. How much of the cleaning do you do in your home? I would say I do some of it. I pretty much take care of everything that I make a mess of, all my laundry, things like that.
So I'll mute it here and call out a couple of really cool points to our tech. One is, as you can see, this is a recorded or asynchronous video style of activity. What happens in this activity, and you'll see this happen in the other activity styles, is the way that in these recorded sessions, our questions come up on the screen as a pre-programmed self-moderated guide, but they come up one at a time. As they come up, this is huge because, again, you have no limits to the number of questions or the length of videos. So you can have one question answered on the screen in full before they move on to the next. It prevents order bias. It prevents them from having to remember or write down all of the questions, which tends to lead to incomplete answers or maybe even forgotten ones that they didn't answer because there was too many in the list of questions. This style ensures they have a full and complete answer every time. The other thing you're seeing, like which is on the screen right now, you can have quantitative questions built into there where they tap the answer on the screen so that you get the what, and then you can hear them voicing over their opinions of why. So now you get the quantitative confidence, and I'll show you how that comes out in quantitative charts in a moment, but you get that quantitative confidence or direction in your analysis combined with the color of the why and what their voiceover response is to explaining that answer. The next thing I'll show you is another style of activity. In this case, this is an in-store. We are mobile first. Our app goes anywhere people's smartphones go with them. So in this case, this is an in-store. You'll see that the technology works the same way with the pre-programmed questions coming up on the screen, yielding complete and full answers, but I'll pause for a moment and just let you have a look at how this works.
Well, the product that stands out to me is Tide, obviously, because there's so much of it and the color is really bright. So even if I wasn't a Tide user, I think my eyes would go straight to it just because there's so much of it. And when I get to it, I see that there's a lot of variety, both in.
So again, I'll mute it because as you can see, that same technology that is there, and it works to yield those full and complete answers and wherever they are, whether they're in store or at home or anywhere else for that matter. Now, what I'll also show you here is the ability for you to, if you're the type of analyst who likes to watch these videos in full, you can add your own bookmarks here. And I just click that button on the left, and I can write in a tag name for it. I can write in some notes around, say, the color was bright. And what this does is it not only just bookmarks that moment in time, but it also creates a video clip for you and stores it for you to come back to later and create a report or a presentation out of those videos. So you can see you can change the length and everything here to suit your needs. Now, the other thing under here that's important is it's not just the video that's in here. We have automatic transcription that's available immediately upon finishing of these videos. They upload to the cloud. Our system processes it hundreds or thousands of times to understand and present to you that transcript that you can read through or you can follow along if you want. And as you do so, there's another way to create those same video clips. If, for example, you like this sentence around what stands out to her, you can highlight it, right-click it, and create that moment there as well for you to come back to later the same way we did before. Now, in the spirit of finding moments that matter fast, we also pull keywords to the front for you. The machine automatically identifies some of these, but you can also pre-program the ones you're interested in as well to really customize that analysis and really get to those moments faster than you normally would without this. So let's take, for example, expensive.
Just really expensive. If this was cheaper, I would absolutely 100% try
Or
it
skip to the next one.
if it wasn't so expensive. And what's the difference?
So you get the idea. These are all built now to start helping you grab those moments that matter and help you socialize them quick. I'll give you another example of the type of mix and match methodologies. Again, this one's a proprietary one as well, where we're now blending this idea of a self-moderated guide with a live moderator. In this example, this is a home tour. Because this is a demo, you'll hear my voice moderating as well, so don't be alarmed there aren't two of me. I wouldn't appreciate that either. But you'll hear my voice as the moderator talking with the participants as she's guiding herself and staying on track with the pre-programmed guide. Hi, Taylor. Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thank you for being willing to help us out and show us around your home a bit today.
Yeah, for sure, no problem.
As you may already be aware, there's going to be some prompts like you're seeing on your screen right now to kind of walk us through the exercise, but I might be chiming in with a couple of questions along the way if you don't mind.
Okay, for sure, no problem.
So as you can imagine, I'm there listening as the moderator. I can hear what she's saying. I can see what she's doing on her screen. And because of that, I'm watching along and I can chime in on things that I find particularly interesting, or I want to get that depth of exploration that might not be present in the guide that we set up. And I'll show you an example of that right here.
All right. Dishwasher detergent, all-purpose surface cleaner. I'm pretty sure we have glass cleaner. We don't have oven cleaner. I don't think we have air freshening spray. So those are the ones we have.
Okay. Hey, Taylor, question for you.
Yeah.
Where do you keep those in the kitchen? Can you show us?
Yeah, so these are all underneath the kitchen sink right here.
So as you can see, if I find as a moderator or as an analyst or a client anything that's interesting, I can chime in. Now, of course, we have your traditional methodologies like IDIs or dyads and focus groups, all of which have the built for research backroom technologies, backroom chats, ability to interact with the moderator privately. Of course, we have all of those, but I wanted to show you this unique style of doing the kind of blended qual and quant in a home tour in this example. Now, the last methodology I want to show you is how powerful it is, because if you're thinking about finding these moments, sometimes you want to show them a piece of stimuli, whether that's a concept or an ad or an idea or a message. You want to capture that reaction in the moment as raw and as natural as it comes out. And I want to show you how we do that. Now, you're about to see in this video clip the concept come up on her screen. Now I'll explain this to you so I don't have to explain it while I cover up her voice. But what you'll see is on our view here, the concept only takes up a portion of the screen. But on her end, it maximizes to the size of the screen so she can see the full thing. That's important because we can still see her reaction because the camera's still recording her face, right? But she sees it full screen. She can read all the text, read all the elements of the packaging, etc.
All right, next question. Please carefully take a look at this product and answer the question below. Oh, it's a scrub mommy. Oh, it must be the wife to the scrub daddy. But I don't see how.
So of course she goes on to tell us her thoughts about how Scrub Mommy and Scrub Daddy are clearly a married couple. Spoiler alert, she talks about how she doesn't really understand the differences in there. But what you also see is because we have those quantitative questions in here, it really takes a new spin on getting insights in these types of
Both sides of
situations like
forks,
this.
spoons, knives, and. All right, next question. How do you feel about the concept you just saw? Select an emoji that best describe your feelings and explain your choice. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just have previous concept of the scrub daddy. So this.
So as you can see, another example of getting the what and the why. And because we're able to do this type of research quickly and a lot more efficiently, you can build up those base sizes to really give yourself both a powerful and an efficient analysis. I'll show one last version because this is also one more methodology. This is an online shopping exercise where you can see a participant again going through and voice over, recording their voice over top of showing you what they're doing.
Okay, so the first thing I do when I look for laundry stuff is I will go to my go-to store, which is Instacart, because
So she goes on and tells you all the ins and outs of how she shops and what she looks at. And these are particularly useful for some of those shopping journeys or trying to understand the nuances of e-commerce or any website navigation that is app-based or mobile-based. Now, I did mention these quant questions, and I promised to tell you that to show you how they would come out on the platform. This is another tab within the platform. A lot of our clients like to start at this place. Again, because they're able to get higher base sizes, they can start identifying the story at a quant first style of analysis at times by identifying what the themes are before they actually have to watch all the videos or read all the transcripts. And in this case here, you can see the results of that concept test where you're talking about satisfaction levels or that emoji question that you just saw. All of this is completely exportable, both as data and as PowerPoint to help you build that. Imagine now too, you can click on these bars and go directly to those moments that say extremely satisfied, which again, makes that analysis even more powerful. The last thing I'll show you then is now that you are seeing these multiple ways that you can find those moments very quickly and save them as you go, whether you're going a quant first style of analysis or a qual first style of analysis, this is where really the report building comes in and the storytelling really comes to life. Let's imagine you wanted to go directly at a particular question. You knew the story you had to tell was, say, based around in-store shopping, and we wanted to understand, say, what do you typically look for when shopping for laundry detergent? Once I click that, it takes me directly to everybody's answer, and it's perfectly clipped to the length of their answer. You see this participant here took a little over a minute. This participant here had a shorter response, but those are clipped exactly to the length of their answer so that you can really focus in on telling the story based on the hypothesis around what people look for when they shop. As they do that, you can then find those moments that matter and then very simply just drag and drop them into these buckets of themes, which then you can rename, you can sort through and say you found price conscious as being a theme, or brand loyalty, for example. All of these then is where you start building that report. Once you're happy with that report and those themes, of course, you can change the order of things and add captions and transitions, but you export that and it'll export itself into montages for you to help tell that story, either as an MP4 or an embedded MP4 into your PowerPoint. You don't need, Hollywood director type skills to do this. Our platform makes it easy and makes the output extremely beautiful for you, whether you're dragging those videos directly from here, or say finding this repository of all those bookmarked clips we saw before, or even for that matter, if you wanted to find it directly by keywords. For example, show me the 32 clips of where somebody talked about detergent, right? All of these work in that same manner and end up producing this beautiful report for you. So you can really show and reveal and socialize those defining moments that you've been able to capture because you've had that limitless design freedom. Thank you, guys. Certainly feel free to reach out with any other questions directly. Thank you for joining us.